Excellent. And I think Claudia was the one that wore the cape tonight. Yep. Take us away.
Last time, on the Phantoms of the Past, we will not let your sacrifice become forgotten. It will change the world. I will never forget, and never allow others the chance to do so. Your strength fuels me now, along with my friends. For the immediate emergence of a Mouther came to test our wills. A serpent of the dark that's gaze threatened to turn all to petrification, forcing everyone to brave looking at it if they wish to fight at their fullest. My power over Aura's sight allowed me to circumvent the creature's stare, while the others continued to brave a glance that could end them in a stony demise. Thanks to a technique that I developed from watching Lilith and made possible by you, I hindered the creature's ability for its deadly onslaught. And with our joined, mastered strength, it would fall to our might quickly, a Shadow Soul Stone gained in this battle. We pressed further on, we would find a passage deeper within, unlocked only by our attunement to the city, one of your final gifts to us. We would find a prison deep within, cells with foreboding books that were discovered to contain some of the worst criminals of Mothborn, and threatened to steal away anyone who got too close. A phantom image of Palm would flash before us. Only a single sentence: save me. Was this just more sarcasm, or was this a genuine plea underneath it all? As we ventured closer, we would not find Palm, but Amrut's old friend, Yasuke. On the edge of death, he pleaded for it to end, his immense guilt telling him that this was the only path awaiting him. Another person who has been made a tool for the forces of darkness, and when his usefulness has expired, left to pick up his own pieces. So many I have witnessed like this in my journey. But Amrut decided to choose forgiveness. We did what we could to help him, and while he thinks he may not deserve it, I told him to do his best to earn it. One by one, I will unshackle the chain to the past from all those who have been used by Metal Rain, Mouthers, and the forces of darkness. This earned us crucial information, for Terma had truly planned to betray Amrut after all. All the assassins simply sitting out this Mouther invasion, letting everyone grow weak so that when the right person died, they would assume full control of the thralls that were left to become a new governing force within the world. And with Amrut to walk into an ambush, his life to end as Terma would stand as the self-proclaimed original, with no one to question it. This will not stand. Yasuke showed us a way to leave, so we bid him farewell for now. For escape or retreat was not an option for us anymore. We are the new masters of this generation. This is what we have been training for. I, for one, believe there is no shame in a life where you fought to the end, despite the odds. Amrut now armed with a weapon from a hero of old, we left, which we immediately ran into a group of insectoid Mouthers, which chittering has caused disruption and confusion, making any hostile attack against them difficult. As things started to become too much to handle, the Gimp, a race of people who lived alongside the Thralls, came to fight their ancient foe and aid us in our endeavors. with a master among them that fought with martial arts akin to myself to great effect. Another new inspiration and potential mentor for me to learn from, hopefully someday, when things calm down. We quickly told them what we knew, where they would then take us to where the remaining forces lay, where we were to meet the queen of their people, to make a plan to get through the remaining forces and possible Cerberus that still stood in our way, so that we could hopefully save the next Mask Maker dream and bring an end to Night Chapter. And on top of all of that, a journey across the stars to save our friend Judith and all those taken that day. But first we must save another. I hope you haven't been waiting long, but we will save you, Palm.
Maximum inspiration. Let's get back into tonight's game. Phantoms of the Past. I think Byssian's on this map. We're gonna find out in a second. Is he here? Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Okay. So you all have just been escorted down here by Pale Prada, the princess of the Giftianke civilization. She has suggested that you speak with the Tasmatra, the current queen slash ruler slash military general of the forces here. Say Cerulean is beginning to breach the force field that has protected the survivors, and everyone is weary and tired. I told you they cannot spare any people, but perhaps their mother will have better advice. And maybe she can afford you some troops too.
At least it's got fucked up.
Yeah, you see the Thralls just looking at you, laid in their beds, bleeding out, tired. People are tending to them as often as they can. Unless you engage anybody in here, you guys can move to Cerulean to merge through the portal. Unless you want to talk and strategize before you leave or ask them any questions as you go into uncharted territories.
Wow, all of you managed quite a spread, even amongst the chaos. It's very impressive.
Well, we had food enough for the entire civilization here. The supplies are a lot heavier when they have 1/10 the amount of mouths to feed.
Do you need anything? I can spice things up a bit if you're missing anything.
Oh, this is fine.
Sora will produce a bowl and using her spice pouch, she'll get a kind of like a blend of seasons and put it down amongst everything. Might as well enjoy life to the fullest. You never know when next mother may come around. Enjoy yourselves.
Looks
was
terrified when you say that.
She just is grinning ear to ear. Don't worry. I am here to take care of them.
All right, so the commoner takes the spice bowl and a big gulp, begins to season some of the food.
Sorry, you might want to think about what you say to those who are not warriors.
But now the food's going to taste extra well now, Lilith. They're going to live. Do not worry.
Not what I was concerned about.
Are you ready to breach? This is a one-way trip. Once you pass through the barrier, we will not be able to open it for you again until the next day. So be certain that you have everything you need before moving forward. And you must gather your party.
All right. Lilith, could I get one of those spirits? Very small, doesn't have to be a powerful one.
Well, you're not the only one that could use some mending. Let's see here. Trying to think. Honestly, a mass cure wounds might be more beneficial, I think.
Yeah, you could also get some of the thralls.
I can only affect with so many creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Thrall's wounds are sustained now. They just need to rest.
What is Emerald? How much health are you missing?
I'm 70 out of 100.
Okay, that's probably about the same amount. So that's damn. Okay, a little more banged up than I thought. All right, and then right on. Okay. Yeah, we'll just drop a mass cure wounds. I think that's like 38. Yeah.
So I think that's 6 targets, right?
Yeah, let's see. 1 second. 38 plus that. Trying to do math in my head. Honestly, nah. We'll just do a 5th level. That's it's 1d6, so that'd be 4d6. Yeah, we'll just go with that. So, all right.
Yeah, mass cure wounds is better for combat because it's one action.
Yeah. Uno momento. All right. Sora, you can take the first 3.
Okay. So that's like 30? No, 40. Okay.
Yeah. That should top you off, right?
Yeah. I have a little left over, but I can heal myself with the rest.
Reinhold, you can take the next 2, and then Amrut, you can take the last one.
Alrighty.
Thank you very much.
Making sure we're all good to go.
Pretty good. What level was the spirit?
5th level.
Okay. So be careful. I know you got a lot of chi, but if you run out, you too much mystic healing.
Yeah, I know.
Are you guys ready to advance?
Yeah.
The sage opens the path for you. slowly but surely. The way is open. Be careful. The taskmatra is not her usual self. Fear and doubt clouds her. But she used to be a great warrior back in the day. In Metal Rain, she was the Pale Prada, and it was the heroes of Metal Rain that promoted her to taskmatra when the war was over. But she has fallen far from the path of whom she used to be. She lives in fear for a creature that lurks down here, a creature that has killed many of our people, including the last sage. A creature with long, sharp teeth and a dreaded, well-dressed cloak. She is known by many names, but the Blight is most commonly referred to Yavanna. A remnant of old that was failed to be dealt with in an age past and prior, and yet now haunts these very halls. Good luck.
Thank you. We will do
We
our
just-
best.
We just walk through, right?
That is correct. To the right is the private sanctum. To the north, we've uncovered Night Chapter's hideout. To the left is the throne room, and Tasmatra to the south of the left. We suspect Palm is somewhere in the right wing, in the Forbidden Chambers. So you have a lot of choices ahead of you. The king, who needs saving, Night Chapter, Blaze ahead, Palm to the Forbidden Quarters. But first and foremost, speak with Tasmatra to the left, south.
Very well. We have a lot of things to do. Let's get started.
You should prioritize what's most important to you. I suspect that eventually one or the other routes will not be available.
Let's get to Toss Mantra. And if we deal with Palm, that means no more Malthus. But damn, Dream needs our assistance too.
We'll just play it by ear.
Okay, we go south from here. Everyone ready?
As they'll ever be.
The Sora leans up and knocks on the door.
There's no answer. At least for about a minute or two.
Tasmatra, we were sent by the Prada.
Only a fool would think that the Tasmatra would answer the door herself. I am the Ark host. State your business.
I am Sun Sora of the Aku. We have come to save Mothmorn. I am here with my friends, other masters of our runes.
A platoon of rune masters.
Indeed.
Excellent.
Shop.
What'd you say?
Ember says, we came to talk shop.
See, the Ark host says to you, I am the Ark host. The second body for the Tasmatra, should she die, her spirit will be pushed into mine, and mine pushed into the wind. If you risk her any harm, we will fight to our dying breath. Understand what we have to lose here. And She tells you that the Eves are here, the last females of the Thrall race. So if the race is to continue, the only people who can reproduce for them. So you can imagine they're hesitant to open the door in this place filled with monsters. But the Arcos takes another minute or two to confine you. Can imagine deeper in the room as you can't hear her for a moment. The funniest part is you guys do have the power to just open this door as the mask makers stand-ins. But I don't know if you want to let them do their thing first so they don't get like too aggressive, or what are you guys thinking?
Let's not rush this. Pay their respects. Everyone okay with that?
Yep.
Mhm.
The Arcos returns. What are your names, travelers? We must know that you're not of great danger to our people.
I am Sun Sora.
I'm Amaret.
Lilith, second to Mother Nature.
Phoenix.
Reinhold.
We supposed to say the whole titles, or
No. Arcos has some names are more famous than others. And one of you may be trying to play a trick on us. And after about another 30 seconds, the door opens. Come in. The Garden of Eden. See, the ladies look afraid. They kind of huddle together. They've seen a lot of terrible things, and they're not warriors like the rest of you. They're Thralls, though, so they do have masks on, but each of them are wearing a black lion mask, fashioned after Zion.
Natalie.
They say quiet. Do not fear. These people are rune masters. They are here to save us. Hello. We are the Eves, the last of our people.
hey, hi.
They look at you, Emrit. Are you the one that will help us continue our species?
Oh, whoa. No.
Sion, damn it.
All right. Leave the ladies be. You've come for the taskmaster. She's giving you quarter here. Come speak to her. And do go around the fountain, will you?
Should
Test.
I close the door?
Of course you should close the door. There's threats.
Hmm.
That hall is exposed beyond the barrier. Nothing protects us here but that door.
Hmm.
You see the taskmaster looks like frightened. He's old, powerful, as only the strongest warrior in the clan among the youth can rise to taskmaster. Is this image loading forever for the rest of me?
Seems fine our end. Well, my end at least.
What the
Try
pop-up
again.
thing? Oh, I just got it. Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
got it.
Lilith asks, how come you're not also behind the barrier with the rest of your people?
The room of Eden can only be penetrated by the mask maker or those inside that open the door. It's even superior to that wall presented by the sage. And so we prioritized the Eves as their new titles have been given to them.
You should know. The previous mask maker She gave up her life so that we could get this far.
Horrible story. She was so young. She had only turned 18 not 2 suns ago. Forced into a life of regret to be the symbol of hope and success for a nation hidden in a mountain. To die alone without any of her people around. I do not pity what happened to her, but I fear it may happen to us as well.
She gave up her life so that we could have a chance to bring the one who will be next. Dream. But he is in grave danger and we need your help.
Yeah. So the Test Mantra hasn't been talking the whole time, only the Arc Coast. And the Test Mantra is just kind of really quiet, staring at you all as the Arc just kind of stands in front of her. And the host looks back to Mashra and whispers in her ear. And Matra just, her hands shaking. There's like beads of sweat forming on her forehead. Her hair is all kind of messy. And she's got a sword, it's kind of half out of her sheath and filled with blood. We are all going to die, aren't we? She finally manages.
Not if we have something to say about it.
Have you seen her whispering in the halls? The blight is upon us.
We heard a little bit about this blight. But why is she still around? Why was she allowed to escape?
Does a Malder need a reason?
I'm asking. It was said that she was allowed to escape. I'm asking why.
Who?
This blight. You said she was known as Yvonne?
She was known as Giovanna. She was not allowed to escape. She traveled with the heroes of Metal Rain in the guise of a change of heart, as though a beast could ever. And when they traveled to the Sky Kingdom that we helped them reach with the power of the one above all, it was in those halls our previous sage head was pulled from his shoulders as Yvonne dived from Askardar's keep in the sky into the deep sea, never to be seen again until recently. You know, she said she loved the sage. She said for him she could follow the light. In the end of the day, just like Quaria, she gave in to her dark ways. True mothers cannot be suffered to live. They must all be destroyed. Even the king of this nation, Archlord the Seventh. He is turned into one of them, a womb mouther. And he must be killed.
I can see this loss has affected you heavily, and I am sorry. But me and the others, we possess an ability to quell the darkness within others. All may not be lost, and we could help him.
I've heard it all before, but the story I just told you, the idea of saving evil,
Would you allow me to try?
I cannot stop you. I will remain here behind these protected walls, protecting the eaves, or perhaps being a coward. Don't speak that way, Tasmatra. You are no coward. You have seen too many battles, that your body and mind has grown weak with age. But you are still strong. Your time to fight has long passed. It's my time and their time now. Oh, young one, if only you've seen the horrors I've seen. We cannot win this war. It is not only the Thralls that are doomed, but the rest of the gift that have settled here, too.
And what good do you think giving up will do?
I
Will it take long?
don't know. Perhaps it is time for me to retire, to announce Pale Prada as the task Madra. Perhaps I am too old to continue this course of action, to lead and to fight.
For my journeys, Taskmatra, I have seen what the Mouthers have been doing to people I've grown to respect and care for. To use them as tools to constantly break down their hopes and dreams. They do this to weaken us, to make us think we don't matter, that we don't have any fight left to resist them. Because when we realize that we do possess the strength, not only in ourselves, but in together, we possess far more power than they will ever imagine. Believe in us. Allow us to be your weapon. And this will not be the final days of either Thrall or the Gimp. I promise you.
Persuasion or even a performance is appropriate.
We will go with courtesy.
Oh, it's cool. Chess mantra, it's tough. She says to you, those words are sweet, but I cannot lead my people to success. Bring me my daughter. This will be her fight now.
We will.
Maybe she can support you in a way that I cannot.
Your support is so much, and I cannot thank you enough. We will go get your daughter.
So we can fast travel that event, and you guys, if you want, before that product comes onto the scene, you guys can RP. If you want to talk about the task mantra, we can assume that this is when you're all in the hallway. So if you have particular feelings about the way she's acting, she won't be in earshot or anything like that. But I'll bring her in soon. But yeah, that dialogue is up to you guys.
Sort of, I guess, when in the travel, walking with everyone, I believe the next course of action, as much as I want to get to Palm, is making sure Dream survives. We cannot allow someone like Theos to lead what is left. There's so much hope for these people to be good and to have their own destiny.
Are we sure about that?
If we delay, he could die. And then we have no hope for them.
Are we sure the cleanse will work?
On Palm,
on damn near anyone at this point.
Who knows?
I mean, every fucking person you walk up to mentions how there's some dark entity from years ago that was either persuaded or brought over to the light. Doesn't stick though, does it?
It did for Olga, boss.
For now, maybe.
I think you also have to think about Master J. He also swore off the darkness.
I believe it's warranted a chance to try. Will you try with me, en route?
Sure. One chance, though.
That's all I can ask for.
And Reinhold, being an outcast of your people, swallowed up, even though your species and stuff still exists. I suppose being the last of your tribe, the Guardians of the Isles, how are you? Whether you're engaging the other Kithers or not, what's your mindset right now with the situation?
As Reinhold mostly sits toward the side, not really interacting with anyone per se, but those that are closer to him will notice a sense of almost, I guess, slight discomfort, but trying to stay resolute. His body being the usual stiff version of itself whenever that happens. In his head, hearing all these ideas of it's being, having all hope put on you from the mask maker, of giving your life at such an early time, of all their hopes. He can't help but constantly think back to what Amelia was most likely thinking when she pushed him into the sea. Of all the pressure that's on him now. All the pressure that will be on him as long as he relies on her. And all the more reason to try to help defend these people. Because all that weight is no longer on the mask maker's shoulders, but ours. And so, just as he decided when he claimed this particular party as his family, he's chosen to protect all of them as well.
Excellent. And Phoenix, do you have any thoughts on this?
She hears the clock ticking down. We got a lot of stuff to do and not a lot of time to do it. And convincing Taskmatra that there's hope, she kind of just wants to go and do the job and let her figure it out afterwards. So she's kind of in a hurry, but she will. Well, not that she could outrun Sora anyway, but she will stick with the group because that's the only way they're going to get anything done.
Alrighty. And for you, Shade, this is very personal. For Lilith, you've heard stories told to you by Sakura of the Taskmatra during the war, and how after the war was a leading figure in the world to reinvent the way people saw even things she didn't like, such as the automatons that were kept in the mountains, the Thralls that were truly just victims of the mind flayers, the might of the gift and the psionic prowls, and the strongest thing that the Taskmatra and her people have are their ability to resist mind flayers with their mental fortitude and to see their mind being broken. I don't know how you feel about that. This isn't the lady you heard of in stories. Quite contrary.
Which would just further lead to kind of her almost kind of like regressing a little bit tone. She slips back into her cold way of speaking at times, where she's almost in like a disappointed tone when she asked what good would giving up do. Um, and so I guess while they're walking down the hall, um, she's clearly bothered and upset, and probably muttering to herself, how many hardships did she endure that her fighting spirit was so thoroughly crushed? Is this really what awaits us further down the road?
I do not believe so. I've seen what we all can do. And I will carry on the hope that you'll all continue to hold that with you as well.
I just know that she's been living for a very long time. I
Big
just
burden, I would think. But I think we need to put into perspective, just one more time, that while time can be cruel, is the only one able to give us.
yeah. Forgive me, I just perhaps think too much on these things.
Please think on these things, Lilith. Gives perspective. But when you start feeling doubt, no, you do not have to rely on.
Well, let's go collect the Pale Prada.
Okay. You guys would eventually get her. You couldn't walk through the force field, but you can speak to Sage. We'll skip the comedic relief of Sage keeps saying, huh? Because it's so hard to hear through the portal, or rather the defense they have set up. You have to speak louder. And eventually they would send Pale Prada through. She would go through without her people because once she passes through, she can't return. So she gives the Sage some instructions, leaving him in charge and leaving the entirety of her platoon here to protect the weakened Thralls before passing through the barrier, understanding that it's truly necessary. And meeting you guys in this room to stand before her mother. Her mother has tears running down her face, but doesn't seem shaken anymore. Hail Prada, you are the eye of our nation, a jewel of my heart. You will keep us for the ages to come and weather the storms that will brush our mountain from time to time. You now have the fire of the gift and the trust of the Thrallians. I am no longer your queen, your Matra. Only now am I your mother. With this, she puts her hand on her left shoulder, the weight of the people of the mountain. With this, the weight of your own duties and respects on her other shoulder, and then on her forehead. With this, the weight of the world and that which lie beyond the stars. 2 fingers. I am retired. You are no longer Pale Praja. You are Task Matra. She stands up. Thank you, Mother. And Task Matra goes into the leaves and lays down. And you see Pale Prada put up her force field around her mother, draining her of the last of her spiritual power. It's not exactly the same, but it's kind of like the Black Panther suit. The remaining powers of their people that are in the Taskmaster is being transformed into Pale Prada. And you see the Taskmaster become a cocoon, much like a creature would before becoming a butterfly or something. But in this case, you see Prada, who's now Taskmaster, turn around to you and say, I love my mother. And this was a grand ordeal. I'm no longer the Pale Patra. I am the Taskmaster. And the reason why that is such a strong thing to move over is because you now witnessed her final moments. She is no more. She is dead. To move our nation's powers from one soul to the next is only something that you can move by extinguishing your life. The same is true for the Thrallian livelihoods of the mask. 2 people, one and the same. What will you have your Taskmaster do? She looks towards the rest of you. What do you need?
We believe saving the new mask maker is of imperative importance. We
And how will you achieve that?
But as the priority, we believe he has gone to try and gain the strength of Night Chapter's aid, but it's Night Chapter themselves who have set this trap for him.
You see the Taskmaster take a knee and grab her head. So much pain. So much suffering. So this is what she saw in her final moments. This is her truth. The Arcos puts her hands on her back. Taskmaster, what do you see? All the fears, darkness my mother once held are within me. I cannot have them break me. Take the eaves to the other side of the room. The Arcos moves them to the other side of the room and ushers Reinhold and even Shadow Wolf to this side to be closer. And the Arcos hears Matra whispering into her ears, and her eyes open wide. So this is the darkness she held. I'll keep the Eves company. You would think you could understand, respect, or even the opposite of what my mother represented for us. But no one truly knows the curse of knowledge and leadership more than the Taskmaster. I have seen the paths you all will take. And though the future shifts like sands in the desert, these futures are mostly whole. Directly north of this chamber is Archlord 7th, the Thrallian people. A room mouther, currently gaining more strength by the moment of each breath. If you deal with that, the Eves will survive. And the Thralls will be able to continue to reproduce among their line. If you do not deal with Archlord the Seventh, you will accumulate enough power to break through and breach this wall. And the Eves will be wiped from existence, and no more full-blooded Thralls can be born, just those spread among other seeds of nations. He will also force the Sage Cerulean into a retreat. Most of the injured Thralls will have to be forfeited for the survival of the Githyanki. However, down the center path, Theos will kill the Master Maker and will be by right given leadership of this place and full control of this kingdom. And it will be far too strong for even a group of room masters to overthrow. And the world will be spun into darkness. The powers of the automaton creations he's kept in deep in the archives of Night Chapter, one of which you were forced to fight above. Many more dwell without the power to be active. Those armies waken the moment he dons the crown of the Archlord and his birthright over this kingdom. As Mask Maker, he will be unstoppable. But to the right, the last of Palm, as she tangles with her sanity in the forbidden catacombs beneath. A fraction, a slither of her remains. Goodness, the possibility to be saved, and with her defeat, the destruction of all the darklings and mouthers that infest these mountains. You will only be able to pursue one of these paths before the others are fully set in course. That is what my mother felt. That is what I feel. That is what I see. And now I understand why she had already succumbed to defeat. She holds back tears. What will you do? 3 options, 1 solution. What can you do? And I am going to give the players a 10-minute break to dwell.
I know splitting up is always the wrong answer, but
However,
we can't just evolve everything to one route.
I mean, we can't do all 3, but if only a couple of us slows one of them down while everybody else tackles one fully, maybe we can get 2 done, but I don't know.
Maybe it's a matter of whether or not we can
Before I
get
step
that
away,
out.
I'm going to give you guys a 20-minute break so that you can discuss this thoroughly as much as you like and take a time to take a break. So we'll be back in 20 minutes. So you can handle both. I know this is a lot, and this is one of the last and most major decisions of the entire campaign. Whether Thralls will be playable in the future, whether Palm can be saved, whether Theos rises to be a king, and Emmerich never gets his revenge. There's so many different things. I'll see you guys in 20 minutes, but I'll be back a little bit soon.
I don't think Theos is the biggest threat right now. Even though I know he probably will be after this.
Lilith?
I was willing to put my life on the line before to see the good in Palm come back. That much hasn't changed.
Phoenix,
I hate these kind of decisions, but yeah, I agree with Amrit. Theos may become the biggest threat to Elder Earth, but right now he's not. I know a couple of smart people. I'm sure we can figure something out to use against the robots. For right now, we need to get Palm.
Sora looks down and pats Kai's head. Kai,
We have to deal with what's right in front of us. And that's the biggest threat right now.
biggest threat indeed. We've been training for this moment ever since we met each other. To face Palm and her mouthers. How easy it would be if that was our only option, our only choice. But regardless, what we decide could end the lives of not only those that currently live, but end the ones that have a chance to in the future. It isn't easy. It's not fair. But it appears that is the role given to us, passed down from Sakura, Palm, and the heroes of old. Decision that will change the world. And I made a promise, many promises. I aim to keep mine to save Palm, and still think I have the strength and will to keep the rest of them. Let's go get her back.
Question is, are we going to tell Taskmatra our decision?
We owe it to her. Her mother died, so we would give that option.
I have something to offer. I don't know if it will save them, but it might buy him some time. And then she'll explain the rope trick to everybody.
It would give us an hour. Maybe that's all we need. Not all hope would be lost. So you want me to speak to her?
You seem to have set up the best rapport.
Then I'm about to destroy it all. I'll think of what best to say.
If you don't wish to do it, I can.
I owe it to her mother. She was brave to the end. I must be.
She's obviously you guys converse away from her, but whenever you're ready to engage her in dialogue, I'm prepared.
Taking anxiety breath. We've come to a decision.
She's just clutching her heart. How long did she hold this information? It's been not 10, 15 minutes, and it has all but destroyed my character, my strength. I thought my mother weak, but I've held this for so long, she must have been the strongest woman alive.
Truly. This knowledge is painful. It causes a storm of emotions in me that not even the winds can quell. But a choice must be made, lest all is lost entirely. Me and the others have trained for this Malther invasion, for this moment. We have a plan, and we hope it will work. because we're going to put everything we can into it. And we believe our course of action is to quell Palm. Phoenix has a spell, an ability to disguise the eaves for at least an hour, to buy us time to take care of Palm, and with her, either cleansed or defeated, the rest of the Mouthers will follow, which will take care of the one in the north. But we do not know what will happen with Theos.
So you intend to fight the Ark Lord before?
No. We intend to deal with Palm first.
There isn't first, there is only.
Our intentions are to be directed towards Palm.
I see. And my first act as rulers, Tasmatra, is to lie to my people. The chaos will only make their suffering worse. They must know that you plan to deal with the Archlord. You may be strong enough to hold the truth, but you are no commoner anymore. These people couldn't hope to overcome a bear, let alone a mouther. They cannot hear what will come to pass. They must only think they are safe so that they can embrace whatever last moments they have. That is what I can offer them. A beautiful lie, a delusion. I guess that's why my mother lay dead behind me.
I believe Phoenix had an idea to buy some time. If she wishes to explain it.
She holds out the rope. Once I set this up, an interdimensional space will open at the top of it that is invisible to the space is invisible to those here. It's large enough to hold 8 people, perhaps the eaves, perhaps a mixture. But once they pull the rope up, they'd be completely sealed in there. They'll be able to see outside, but the hope is that if anything breaks through that door, it will see a mostly empty room. It'll only last for an hour, but hopefully an hour is all we need to take care of Palm and come back and help you guys.
There's no choice but to pray it work. I suppose the only issue is if the Archlord has true sight, or even blind sight, then the invisibility won't matter. But we have no other option.
Fingers crossed.
In any case, I will have to surrender myself, I suppose. I cannot breach the barrier, and I cannot see the Tasmatra leave here. So perhaps they have 1 hour of your time and whatever I can muster against the Archlord. Oh God, you guys can hear my neighbors. It's a Super Bowl,
No.
so
I can hear him. I owe you and your people more than I'll ever repay in my life. So what I will do is do everything I can. And hopefully change the future one last time.
Okay. That's mantra goes. And I will try to hold off the Ark Lord for as long as I can. I will muster the Eves and the host into the rope trip's dimension. If I die, my body will be passed into the Ark host, and her soul will be pushed into the void, as is the Ark host's task. For now, all we can do is believe in the light that you all carry.
If we're ready, I don't want to put this up until we're ready to go.
Let us move.
She will throw the rope up into the air. I'm not quite sure how tall the ceiling is here, but basically it'll go almost all the way up, just not far enough to smush them. And she will fly or ask Reinhold to help fly them, whoever we're putting up there, up to the spot so they don't have to climb the rope like in gym class. And give them the instructions.
The ceiling's about 30 feet. It would have to extend up that high, but Rhino could still put them in.
Easy enough.
There you go.
Let's make a little ladder with this back.
One by one, the Eves kind of start to funnel into the rope trick. Really scared because they thought this room was the safest place, but maybe it's necessary. And I'll pull them off the map for now and just toss them on the side. As they all eventually get in there.
Phoenix will ask for clarity. If something happens to the task mantra, her spirit is put into the arch. Sorry, I forgot what the name was.
Ark host, yeah.
Would suggest maybe the Ark host be in there, because if task mantra loses her body, she'd be up in the interdimension.
Yeah. One of the problems with Task Matra is that she's a rune warrior. So if she goes inside the rope trick, the Mouther will detect her exact location.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That's why she's not in there. Because just like you guys can detect Mouthers, they can detect you guys.
Yeah, I didn't think about
She has to stay out of yeah. She's not a master, but she's a master of them hands.
I mean, hey, there's a possibility of survival now.
Slim.
Slim is better than none.
As always.
I was looking over True Sight, and of course DM rules, but there's nothing in there about it seeing extra dimensional space. So
The door is invisible. If you could see through the door, you could see into it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's a matter of whether they'd be able to get into it. Well, then again, if it's Theos, he'll have some method to climb up 30 feet.
It's turn around and climb.
The door faced the wall too.
Well, we can only hope that's enough.
Yep, let's go.
Three, 2, 1. Let us go.
Slams the door behind.
Imagine we just leave the door.
No, we're not making that mistake again.
Can the sage see us when we run by?
Sora raises her hand to the door. They're coming, Palm.
Okay. And you and Amber just kind of shock the door open. You see a room with 3 statues inside of it and a void. One of the books that were used in the jail cells above, there seems to be a different one here. A powerful evil curse left in the catacombs, this forbidden chambers that only the mask maker is supposed to open, not even the Arc Lord. I would suggest caution when you look upon the book. There's so much evil in it, but you could tell that Palm has gone somewhere else, deeper into the catacombs, into this abyss, a place no one should ever go. There's not even a ladder or anything to get you guys down. Luckily, you do have a flying dragon and some climb speeds.
Featherfall.
Is everyone ready?
Yep.
One last leap of faith.
Let's get it done.
And Sora leaps into the abyss. And begins gliding her way down.
Phoenix will put Featherfall on everybody else. Well, except Reinhold, he flies.
Yep. Reinhold will just extend his back to anybody without any flight and just try to hold them down as best he can before descending.
Okay.
Amber will like basically lean into it and just fall in.
You guys start to fall into the darkness. The travel down into this hole is 1,000 feet into the earth. And as you guys make your way down, the air gets thinner and thinner and thinner. It's harder to breathe. And the shadows begin to get so dark that your dark vision begins to fail you. And you can feel the presence of the Mouthers and the Darklings, as it gives off the vibe of the mouth that feeds. And that's when you begin to realize it just kind of snaps in your minds that Palm's connection to the mouth that feeds is so grand, and that the darkness of this forbidden catacombs together is essentially the same thing. And when you get to the bottom, there's just a single door. It's massive, and there's nothing else down here, and you're still able to see well enough with your dark vision. It's just rather poor. But the door seems to have the face of a lion etched upon it with a marvelous mane. But there's no color on it at all. It's just black, and the one other color that it is there is red crimson tears running down the eyes of the lion.
I'd hope never to encounter that guy again.
But just being next to the door, it begins to open. You see its mouth, its jaw just massive and marvelous, like last movie when the tiger opens his mouth to let you go into his throat. And there's like a whole world down there, or at least a keep. You can see the hallway that leads to wherever Palm is seems to be just like an actual throat for this creature. It's fleshy and sticky. But all the way at the end of the tunnel, a proper light is lit. You guys climb into the lion's mouth. The door itself is stone, mind you, though the moment it opens up, it seems to be a fleshy throat.
Into the literal lion's den?
More so than that.
I was just gonna leave that one there. But yeah, let's go.
Excellent. When you guys make your way through the halls, you just start to hear whispering, stuff that makes you question whether this is the right course of action. Some of it's a displace, some of it's your inner consciousness being brought to the forefront. Others is the fleshy mouth, the depressing lion head, the darkness that even those of you accustomed to the night can't see through that well. But the door at the end of the throat opens, and you can hear a creature turning pages. Slowly, writing on them. That's not who you think it is. It's not Palm. Somebody else.
I think I have an idea who that may be.
Let me see.
If it's the same creature we met before Eve.
Okay. You guys to the map now. Let me know if you guys have vision when you get there.
Yeah, we'll do.
Can you see?
Oh,
Yep, yep.
definitely not who I was expecting.
Oh,
The individual just turns to you and nods and continues to write in his book.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir, but I'm looking for Palm.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm
Root. I am Bartholomew.
Not
I'm
only
Bartholomew. I'm the one who writes all that happens in this world. I'm the one that keeps Zion's flame. I've seen what will occur here. I've seen what has occurred. And I write even these very moments and even the words I speak. Everything in this book, a transcript to the universe. One of the last warriors of the true race under Zion. And a neutral factor in this war, documenting this world's victory or its destruction in equal part.
Ooh, what's your description of me in there?
That I cannot say. None of which was wrote in his book can be revealed.
Fair enough.
Then what good is a book that's not meant to be read?
The 12 in Zion, they see each word. For some, it cements their course of action to abandon this world and betray it. For others, it is hope. For Zion, the sea is what has become of his creation, of his children. The last connection for those who no longer walk on this plane. That is why I must write. That is why I continue to write.
Are you telling me they're giving me the title of master but not its privileges?
Of course. Though what is true is that you will ascend eventually, but not until you step into Zororia, the land of Zion.
Understood.
And then you will be able to read this book. But you'll never be able to return to this world as a mortal. You will be a god. Clerics will serve you.
Oh.
Oh, gross.
Do not rush for knowledge, young one. For when it comes, it may be the least of what you want. If any indication from the test mantra is true. He goes back to writing. He puts his pen onto the paper, and then you could see about well, I guess you can't really count, but it's 1,000 or more pages instantly get scribed of words. He's recording everything. You took a dump last week? It's in here.
God,
I'll
I
be
feel sorry for him.
feel sorry for him. Feel sorry for all of you. When I become a god, I'm seeing all your dirty secrets.
We'll make sure to make it worth the read.
All right. Enough jokes, though. We do have a task to do. I joke when I'm nervous, and I joke when I'm alive.
When you open the door, there's a blazing fire and statues and a book and a shrine.
I have a feeling there may be a test ahead. Be prepared.
I just looks at the door. Turns to Bartholomew. Is it alright if I make this a little bit wider?
You won't be able to destroy the walls. It's impossible. You're gonna have to get smaller or stay here.
Just lets out a deep sigh as is Reinhold's mouth reaction going off right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. He just lets out a deep sigh as mist covers him, and then he shrinks down to his regular self. Dip. There we go. And closes.
There's my honey bun. What does that book say, Phoenix?
She is looking at the book. What does she say?
There's a symbol of the eye on the floor that you take note of as you when you get closer. It just kind of has like an acrylic glow to it. And when you look in the tome, it begins to open up its pages, and it talks about the early days of the world. Doesn't seem like anything that'd be relevant to today. It goes over this Zion's creation step by step, and the pages are rather boring and extensive. But you will notice that even if you flip to the last page, it just seems to refill.
It's like the story of Elder Earth from the beginning, and God, thank heavens we don't have to study this. It's a dry read. But this caught my attention. Can she investigate it and see if it's like a viewing portal for some creature?
Sorry?
She's looking closer at the arcane eye that you had
Yeah,
mentioned being in the center.
Yeah, when it stops glowing, usually the book just kind of closes and reset. Just like when you're viewing it.
Interesting. They're linked somehow.
Yeah, it lights back up.
It's an automatic reading light. How about this? What's on the table?
You see a skull in the front of it are 5 flowers. Some of the rarest flowers in the world. In fact, you're not sure these flowers still exist outside of here. But the skull's had enough. He's tired of your shit. It's rude to stare.
Oh, sorry.
Apology accepted.
I mean, I guess you're not used to being looked at, huh? Not
After
being
some
visited.
time. Perhaps about wearing clothes. I mean, he's just ahead though right now.
I might be able to fashion you a quick little top hat.
A hat is appropriate, but to have all my body bared to see is indecent.
Um, is the rest of you invisible? Cause I don't. All I see is your head.
Oh, that's right. They plopped my face down here long ago, and they pried it out of my helmet. I can't see too far. But you have a large company. I wonder, is that you, Sir Satis? Are you among them?
So what?
There's no one Sir Sadis here, but I'm Phoenix. Nice to meet you.
It's hard to hear.
She will turn her head towards Lilith. You want to check out these flowers? They might be useful.
She'll step closer and begins to take a look.
Are these flowers your collection, Sadis?
They were gifted to me by the other 5 that stood with Zion. They're the last of their kind. They're the Zorori incarnation. They represent reincarnation. And when my head was placed here to watch over those who watch, these flowers were placed next to me. You see, I was killed by my brothers and sisters who betrayed him, the first Mouthers. When I was alive, they used to call me Night Radiant or Armada.
Wait. I have your blessing.
Oh, do you now?
I went to the resting place of the destroyer, the shrines. You empowered my unarmed defenses.
Well, that was quite kind of me.
I still don't know for what reason, but it has helped me ever since.
Perhaps you needed saving. I help people more often than they know. I'm thank less frequent than I should.
Well, thank you.
The world is big. You're but one among millions, billions of creatures. And can I remember all that I helped? I just know that when I can, I do.
We need a lot of help right now. A lot of creatures have their lives on the line on us.
Of course, you need help. Why else would you be in the chambers long forgotten, speaking to a skull laid by flowers? You need the most help in all the world right now.
Very astute.
Would you be able to point us in the direction of one palm?
I could. I could. And I should.
But
For
will
that-
you?
And for that reason, I will.
Great.
You should know that you've taken a path that leads to your destruction through these halls that you see. And it was wise of you not to journey north before you spoke to me. But I didn't know if you were more of those sick bastards that came through here earlier and met their fate, or if you were kind-hearted, good individuals, which are rare as of late.
Wait, other people have been through here recently?
Sure. One of them I thought was a hero, but now is a zero.
You said recently, or
Maybe not too long ago, an hour or so, maybe 2 or 3. Time is tough when you sit here for eternity. It could have been a week ago.
oh,
What do they look like?
Well, they look like you and me. I don't know if you know this, but I'm hard at seeing.
Sorry.
Yeah, when you lost my eyes, my sight mostly went with it. I can make out vaguely the shapes, and I would say that one of the creatures that came through here was about the shape as the one to the north of me, at least in height or stature.
Very interesting, but we're getting distracted. We're on a time crunch. We need to go speak with Palm.
Palm, there we go. Yes, that's the one that came through here.
Oh, Phoenix is gonna try to hide her displeasure at being compared to a goblin.
But you should know that I did not give them the same grace I will give you. They journeyed to the north, and most of her mountains were destroyed in the process, at least the ones she brought down here. There's a far easier way to reach the inner sanctum, and that's back through the door from which you came. Of course, it's locked now, and it will not open unless you can scribe that book over there for the facts of the magic words.
God, I don't think I've missed Judith more than right now.
But we have to act in her stead.
We've got to try.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She will take a closer look at this book.
Yeah, you see the siege on the floor light up. And the pages, at first there was nothing, and then there was rock, etc., etc. It's going to be an investigation to find a few words in a quite literal sea of pages.
Yeah.
Ugh. Use my inspiration.
It's a challenge, you should know.
Alright, so that's we need 2 more.
Oh,
You find the first word, and it takes you about 5 minutes. Do you want to continue this course or take the more dangerous route?
She wants to figure this out.
Hope is the first word. As 5 minutes pass, you can start your next challenge to hopefully get the next.
Oh,
Oh.
damn.
okay.
I'm holding my breath over here.
You get the next word, which is 2. Hope no matter.
Could it be
She is going to be looking for the word what?
What?
Or the cost.
Oh!
Okay. 2 more words. So you can read the whole thing out.
Hope. No matter. Flip, 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 flip. How small? Small like a goblin? But hope no matter how small. And then she's going to whip around and look at the arcane sigil in the middle of the room.
Okay. And it's that little eye thing at your feet right here. When you speak the words hope no matter how small, the door opens.
Thank you, Sadis.
Is that you? Oh, it's you, Phoenix. Okay.
She will fly across.
Thank you,
Wait!
darling.
I wouldn't be a good host if I don't give you a little more. Your name
Phoenix.
is quickly, Phoenix. I have a gift for you. The skull begins to glow, and he casts the Shield of Fate on the party.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh,
And it's not much, but hope, no matter how small, is everything.
you're the best.
Shield of Fate is +2 AC, and luckily the skull has to concentrate on it, so you're safe to probably have it for whatever you endeavor next.
Oh yeah, he's chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling in here.
Damn.
thank you for everything. If we do encounter this Sir Sadis character, is there anything you want to say to him?
Just ask him if he understands the challenge yet, and if he succeeded.
Understood.
Who the fuck is Sir Sadis?
He is one of the heroes. Remember? You have his sword.
The same guy?
At least I'm sure it is.
Reynold looks like he's gonna close the door and then slowly backs away before he actually does.
I appear to have lost my Phoenix token. I don't know how that happened.
Are you
Oh, no.
Shadow Wolf?
Yeah,
She's
moving
gone.
empty.
She's gone. She's darkness.
You got absorbed.
Pull her back out.
We're like,
Oh,
ooh,
no,
we're like,
there's two
where's
of 'em.
Phoenix?
Oh god, it's getting worse.
This place is messing with my mind.
All right. In this room, I mean, you're back at square one. You don't see any faster route, but you do know that there's supposedly a faster route.
Phoenix is finding this alcove to the south suspicious. She's going to peer into it and see if she sees anything.
Missy Shaw. You don't spot anything in the of interest here, but you do notice that with the light flickering next to you, you can see a little bit of a shine behind this portrait on the wall, this metal mantle.
She's having flashbacks to the I can't remember where it was, but we had to pay attention to everything on the walls and how she had reversed things. That glimmer catches her eye. She'll come look closer, hovering above the bones, not touching them.
Reminds you of the turtle puzzle. And yet again, your mind must be used to complete this challenge as you realize that there's notches in here. So the islands prepared you for this day.
She cracks her knuckles. She's got this. I don't remember the roll though. Was it intelligence?
Yeah, it was investigation still. You had to be smart.
Oh boy. I don't know if adding a 5 to that 11 is going to be enough.
You don't suspect as much. You think that you did have one pass, which was the 18. Now, wait, did you use inspo or something, or?
No, I don't know why I did a fourth time. I thought the 18th belonged to something else, but it obviously didn't.
All right. So yeah, you have the 18th and you have the 8 and the 11. So in your first failure, so you can continue to try to unlock this mantle here. But on your first failure, you feel the entire room suspend in a terrible, terrible energy. I need everyone except for Aiden and Shadow Wolf to give me a Constitution saving throw, but to accrue a level of exhaustion.
Oh. Okay.
As the mantle rejects you all.
Bap. Ooh.
Okay. Let's see here. The DC is 15. It looks like it might just be Oh, Reinhold too.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Wow, the two people with the highest cons.
Yeah, if I may, I don't know if I can because you've already announced if it failed or not. Use a flash of genius.
I feel like we should save those for what we're about to do.
Yeah. One
Yeah,
exhaust
but
isn't
having
too bad.
exhaustion.
Actually, yeah, because checks might be involved.
You're gonna be doing yours at disadvantage if you get one.
Yeah, which I'm trying to do checks right now so we don't do it anymore.
You should on yourself. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, she's going to put her hand to her temples, focus her eyes, and flash a genius through that one.
Okay. Is there anyone else proficient? If you're not proficient, then it doesn't matter. With investigation, that can give her advantage on her checks for the next string.
I do not. I have 2 inspiration I'm willing to give her though.
I got 1 additional if needed.
Okay. So you know that the DC is 18 on these doors, and they need to
Awesome.
get at least 2 out of 3 above that.
All right, give them all to Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah, fam.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you have an inspo. It's a reroll nowadays. So
God.
The second one, inspiration.
Come on.
Well, the
Okay.
first one was being inspoed as well, so.
Well, I thought I was calling them afterwards. I wasn't going to use an inspiration on the first one because I had 2 more tries.
yeah, I mean, Sakura's doing the check, so she'll announce when she uses the inspo.
But that second one used the inspo and it still wasn't enough.
You can
so
flash that one.
I can.
Potentially. Your choice.
Yeah, she will.
Okay, one more check.
Damn, roll 20. We'll flash that
Oof.
one too.
Okay, you flash your way to success. And, well, that sounds horrible. Honestly.
She's hot.
Oh, man. So, yeah, anyways, that sounds, don't say that in your workspace. It might get you promoted. I don't know. But you guys open this secret passage. And the only thing I can tell you, even though you burnt your flashes and you guys, and Reinhold got a point of exhaustion, is this path was way better than what you guys are about to walk into.
Good enough for me.
Phoenix will step aside, let people walk past her. She's waiting for Shadow Wolf to catch up. She's going to ride on him.
Good work.
Bartholomew writes, and thus they found the safest route, secret passage that was here all along.
Wait, you say that shit out loud?
Sorry, I got excited.
Sneak peek for Sunsora.
Hey, no spoilers now.
He erases it in like reverse time or some shit.
He just rephrases it.
He has this weird camera angle. He's looking down at you guys and he just starts writing your names in the book. 30 was it 30 seconds or was it a minute later? Lilith grabs her heart.
We ain't doing that plot line now.
Please no, not right
So
now.
just tell me. Why'd you guys get the Death Note reference? I'd be happy if someone got it.
Yep.
Like all the passages in this place, the door behind you locks, preventing you from returning to where you are. In the room that you are in, you can see that this was some type of hidden treasury of old. Money here equivalent to the City of Tears, but nothing magical.
I wouldn't trust it.
Boy,
From
a
here-
campaign ago.
What?
Nah, I would be pocketing this.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
someone else.
Yeah, I know, the same person you're about to encounter, right? Put a little bit of gold in my pocket. So across from you guys, you can see from this side, you wouldn't see if you're on the other side, is a door. It's clearly visible from within, and you imagine it leads you to the chambers you're going to be needed to go.
Feels like I'm tiptoeing across an edge. At any moment, it could be pulling me right over.
And I'll be ready to pull you right back up. Ready?
Ready.
Who turns the doorknob?
Ryan will.
Okay. You turn the doorknob. Light flashes. And it's not the door the way you think a door would be. It's not something you walk through, but a transitionary position as you all find yourselves in the room. And there's a fire blazing in the center, just enough to illuminate this place brightly. And on the other side of it, almost hard to see, with the statue standing next to her, Yvonne the Blight and Golthea, is Palm. And she just looks at each of you.
Man, we really had to go
She
through a
didn't say
whole
it.
maze.
Not another step. So you see her finger begin to glow with a disintegration, to which she has many.
Indeed.
Whoa, hey.
We haven't come to hurt you, we've come to help you.
Is that what they used to call me? I'm the queen of the damned these days.
We're here as friends.
To who? Not to me.
Speak to your friend, Golthea.
Oh, so Golthea gave you a little bit of dreams you had. That's cute. What do you think about that, Golthea? My queen, I know not of what they speak. He bows. Just doesn't seem like himself at all. That's right. Because you're mine. And you do what the fuck I say. And he looks back at you all. What is this? Are you here to kill me or not?
No.
You don't want.
Night Chapter has its poison within you. We simply wanted to help get it out of you.
Oh, well, come on over here. I'll drop my pants and you can do the inspection.
There's no need for sarcasm.
But that's what it sounds like when I hear you guys are here to save me. I'm not looking to be saved.
I think maybe some part down deep in you there is. Did you not contact us before, asking us to do just that? Save you.
It must not have been me. You see, you know what happens when you save people? Well, take Yvonne here. We let this girl get away, and now she's my bitch. Our mistake was thinking she could be saved. It looks like you're about to make that same mistake.
It is no mistake. It is a choice we've made.
Chia falls onto the ground and grabs her heart. You're here to help me.
Yes, that has Night Chapter's poison. We can help get it out of you.
She stands back up. I was just pranking you.
Huh. Learned a thing or two from Zabimaru, did you?
Maybe.
It wasn't fun being tricked by him, was it?
It's not fun having a man take your credit. I worked hard to get this personality, all right?
You really thought you were the funny one in the group, I'm guessing.
I thought I was, but a lot of times I just didn't care as long as things worked out for me. But you know what? If you try to save the world today, you're going to have to save it tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that. And along the way, you're going to lose everyone you love. And are you going to get a thank you for it? Sure, but little else. Thank yous didn't keep my friends alive.
But
Is
they're
this
not all gone. Sakura still cares about you, Paul.
The blind leading the blind, if you ask me.
Meaning what?
Meaning that she still serves the world. All that power. She's worried about the commoners and Icarus, never having a breath for herself. Do you think she ever gets to relax? She can feel the whole world. She feels the pain right now in this room. She feels my suffering and she feels your doom. I don't want that. Once I gave all that up, I stopped caring. Life got a lot easier for me and a lot harder for everybody else instead.
So what, you're
Except-
just gonna burn the world because you couldn't put any PTO in?
I'm gonna burn the world because it ain't worth saving anymore.
And what
I'm-
after that, Paul?
I'm starting to think Zabi had it right. Why did Zion make this place? Is this free will? The option to destroy each other? I'm done with that. This is what I like. Althea, prepare my favorites. And he takes a bag out and he starts making her a sandwich and crushing lemonades into a glass. You see, there's no problem. Now, if Gothea had his own free will, he'd bitch, he'd moan, he'd complain, he'd try to fight me. That's all that hassle gone. Gothea still gets to enjoy the pleasures of this world when I give him time. That's what I want from the rest of you. Mind your fucking business. Do what I want you to do and carry on.
But it still doesn't fill that void, does it? That pit inside you that never goes away. The pain that's already been there since the beginning. Everything you do and everything you've done hasn't changed at all, has it?
Huh. So you want me to lean on what, trust? I mean, we just absolve criminals nowadays. I heard Phoenix get off the hook.
Glad you have got your attention.
Oh yeah. You see, taking over the world requires me to pay close attention to what's happening in the world.
Phoenix did not do the things she did because of her own fruition. She was used by forces beyond her, beyond me. I was used against my family. You were used against yours.
Probably about that damn crown, I'm guessing. I mean, what, our friend had it for, what, a week?
The crown. Yes, the crown. How is it nowadays? Did you bring it with you?
No.
This actually looks without the crown, by the way. Because our boy got art commission for crown, for no crown, for broom of flying, for no broom of flying. He was dropping bills.
It's too dangerous for this world.
You're telling me you destroyed it?
No, something like that could never be destroyed.
Nope. Wrong. You know what this is? It's fire, this yellowish green flame.
That's not the Black Forge, is it?
Oh, yes, it is. It's not in the mouth that it feeds, it's underneath the thralls, in the chambers of the forgotten, the forge where even the items of the original sins can be destroyed. Your staff, for example, can be destroyed here. That's why I'm here, to release the destroyer. I don't have time to spend the next 20, 30 years trying to take over the world as roaches run around and hide under rocks and stone and have to find them. The destroyer will do it for me. Maybe then I'll have some peace and quiet. I'm not talking to you. Shut the fuck up. She points to a random place in the sky. And she like grabs her head. All these voices from the people I failed to save, from the people I did save, from the people I betrayed. I can even hear Sakura whispering on the wind that I don't have to do this. You know, she's racing here as we speak for a battalion. But this will all be long done before she arrives.
Why do you continue to fight against your friends?
No answer I give you is going to suffice. So I'll just say I want to.
Because you're selfish.
That, you're not wrong. You see, I can be agreeable.
So you'll destroy the world that your family lives in. What, you don't have any kids, siblings, parents?
When I was off saving the world, my niece, her father, my brother, no one thought to protect him. So in the city that was ruined and that I saved, I set him up shop. I got him his own tavern, his own little space, his own little business. For bandits, greedy, hungry bandits. Regular people, not mouthers, not room mouthers, not room masters. Regular people that just wanted what he had, came in and killed him. A fucking war hero's brother. A veteran of the conflict that happened in this very world. But who's looking after me when I'm looking after the world? Ain't nobody. So she had to grow up without her father. That's another thing I had to do. Raise a child while also being called to the front of every battle. When the God Dragon showed up 25 years ago and those pussy tangles tried to take it down, who'd they have to call in to help weaken the dragon? Me. So I had to neglect my now child. Did I get pregnant and have a child? No, it was just put into my lap, but I couldn't quite abandon her, could I?
And yet it seems that's exactly what you've done.
She became an adult, all right. How much longer did I have to look after her?
As an adult child, I sure wish my parent would have been around.
No, your parents sacrificed everything saving the world. I watched him take a beam to his head and lose half his memory. But I'm sure you probably blame him for being an awful dad, just as you implied. That's what you get for being a hero. You give up everything just for the people you saved to hate you. Thank you, point, and case closed.
Not case closed. You are here because the people who are no longer walking amongst us got you here. You owe them the respect to uphold their hopes and dreams.
Oh, so I still gotta hold it all, don't I?
Yes.
That's not what I want to hear.
No one wants to hear these things. I didn't want the responsibility of trading either the Thrall's fates or their control just so I could come here and listen to you whine and complain about how hard it has been. People are dying because I made this choice.
Oh, people are dying, so you're feeling a small percentage of what I felt and judging me.
I am not judging you. I am telling you what's happening.
And I'm telling you what it has happened. That feeling in your stomach that people are dying, I've had that 1,000 times, maybe more. And I'm sick of it. I couldn't sleep at night. I'm throwing up in the morning. I couldn't enjoy what I was eating, the money I had earned, the family that I lost in the line of duty. All of it. They just take and take and take. They keep taking from Sakura even now. I don't want that life. I'm done being taken from. I'm the taker now.
If you wish to be done, then so be it. Be done. But allow the next generation to actually take up arms and take your place. Not work directly against them. You're becoming the very same thing you fought to stop. You want to destroy everything you fought to protect before.
I need everyone except for Byssian, because he hasn't said much, to give me a persuasion roll. Each and every one of them.
I'm personally gonna do inspo on my part, just because it's important to Lilith.
17, 9, 20, and 11.
Well, I mean, oh, it's a reroll, so.
Okay. The discourse kind of continues. You haven't pushed her into a position where she'll fight, and you think that's probably purely because of honoring Emirates Nat 20 since you didn't pass the persuasion. As a group, you don't all need to succeed, but typically half or more. Um, Palm just kind of looks at the group and says to each of you, "You've only saved in this world. I've saved the world 2 or 3 times. How much more of this can you take before you break? I can see it in your faces now. You're tired and taxed, exhausted. And there's a little bit of hate in your hearts, whether you acknowledge it or not.
That hate, you see, is mostly for myself. I made so many promises. Ones I know I won't be able to keep now. I can't imagine the weight that's been on your heart for so long. But I still wish to hold on to my hope. Hold on to the promises I've made to everyone. Because while you think you're at the precipice of finally ending it all, you also stand in a place of causing so much good still. I believe in you still, even if you don't believe in yourself.
It wasn't herself that was the problem. She didn't believe in other people.
Bingo.
You could
I
have
know I
given
had
your
to swing.
duties to others. You could have. You're not the only person that lives here, the only person that protects others.
Well, you know what they say. You either die a hero or yada, yada, yada.
Is that what you want to be, Palm?
That's what I am. I'm not striving to achieve some goal. I'm there.
Is that what you want your legacy to be? Is that what you want to be remembered by?
Who's gonna remember me when everyone's gone?
Yeah,
Did you know after the events of Icarus, do you know what happened? There's an organization there that really controls Icarus. How they control the world. Sakura has a seat. I had a seat. Finger or Knuckles as she preferred it, had a seat. When Icarus was destroyed, someone had to pay for its crimes. Even though they brought down the Metal God and had already long abandoned them, do you know what they took from the council?
What's that?
She puts up a finger. And then she puts up a knuckle. The last slither of light I had is gone.
I do not fully understand what you mean.
The council is responsible for the safety of the world. Their failure is met with extreme measures. Finger and the rest of my followers were already outcast among the ranks. That's one of the reasons I chose Celeste when I committed my crimes. It was her head that paid that day for the failures to protect this place. I might have wanted to save this world if I knew that she would be destroyed by the Destroyer. You've already brought the Destroyer. I'm just bringing a better one.
You do not understand what you're about to do.
No, she knows fully well. But if anything, I think you know better than anybody that it's the wrong one. Because you owe it to that individual more than anything to make sure this world sticks around. For everything that they were able to experience, to continue protecting it. Because even when she's gone, it's her memory and what she cherishes that matters here. No matter how hard it is. You're right when you say that there is hate in my heart. I wish I didn't need to hold on to all the pressure that came with the death of my people. That I don't have these thoughts that I'm expected to protect everything, to be strong enough and to live the lives that they couldn't. But I know I feel that way because I wish I could have done more. That I could have given them a happy ending. The one that they weren't able to. I feel this hatred not because of anything that they did or anything the world did, but because I couldn't do more. So why do you do it?
That was deep. She looks at Gothea. She nods. She looks at Ivana. She nods. Is that all you people got? Sob stories? Because I've heard them all. Same word you said 1,000 times. So the people I saved are the people that I've lost. Maybe you can convince me. I'll give you one last chance. I need a group persuasion check. Even if she's just looking at your face and doesn't like it, you gotta persuade her otherwise. Everyone, give me one. The exception, there's Shadow Wolf and Aiden.
E.
If she's gonna attack us, Phoenix has something in mind she can say that can set that off.
And she attacks will be initiative, but if you're about to go into initiative, what do you have?
I think the rest of my party members are wrong about you, Palm. I think you're weak. Much like the mob of Icarus, you're there with your side partners. You're jealous of Sakura. That's why you spy on her and listen to her all the time because she hasn't given up hope like you have. She still fights for what she believes in, even though she has lost everything. Of all the originals, you're the weakest of them all.
She sits there quiet. Finally, someone that's got a little bit of backbone I can appreciate.
Or are we being honest now? Great.
She thinks enough that alone earned you guys another persuasion check. Phoenix will have advantage.
You know, that makes a lot of sense with their personality now that I think of it.
Yeah, she didn't want your soft words and your kindness. She wanted your
That's-
raw truths and your toughness.
That's literally all that I am.
That's all I got.
I want to use my last
See, that
flash
just
of
sounded
genius.
good.
I'm gonna top it off with
What?
like a mean mug.
I am curious. What made you think that was a good idea? It was, but it was like a long shot, like risk.
Way back when I said Phoenix bites her tongue, that's when it came to mind, but I didn't want to let the party down, but since Palm looked to Golthea and Yavanna, it's like fuck it.
Good old Hail Mary.
Well, that's what's going through her mind.
Yeah, we can't talk for jack shit in this group.
Do we have any inspo for at least Sora? Because Sora has a high modifier. It could help tip the scale.
That's when Phoenix is turned to a 22 with her last flash. With her
Okay,
mean
so
mug.
yeah, Phoenix with a 22, and if Sun Sora can roll good, there may be some hope.
I got another inspo if you want to try it.
I feel like with that, I should say something. So I'm thinking for a second. Okay, got it. No one is denying that this world is cursed. No one is denying that there's so much wrong with it. Yet despite it all, I see so much potential between all of us and you. Together, we could make it a lot less shitty. Fuck.
Oh!
Maybe. And the session comes to an end.